Real estate professionals in the property management industry are constantly juggling dozens of responsibilities. So when a tenant calls about a pest problem, property managers now have to call a pest control company, coordinate a pest treatment, chase down the pest control company to make sure the treatment was completed, and then debate over who will pay for the service. Well, not anymore. Similar to renter's insurance, PestShare is pest control protection that all of your tenants have access to. Here's how it works. First, your office logs into the PestShare portal and uploads your list of occupied properties. Then, tenants pay for PestShare as part of their monthly benefits package associated with their lease. When a tenant has a problem, they go to our online portal and submit a pest control request. And we take it from there. PestShare even covers the big and expensive infestations such as bedbugs and cockroaches. When your tenants enjoy discounted pest control coverage, you will get the benefits of staying cash flow positive. Take back your time and add a new, reliable revenue stream to your property's operations. Create your free account at PestShare.com.
Very happy with PestShare because we're able to provide a service for residents that they don't typically get when they're renting a house. Prior to onboarding, prior to starting with PestShare, we just had to let the tenants know, hey, I'm sorry if you have a pest issue, that's on you to take care of, that's on you to resolve. And now what we're able to do is say, yes, absolutely, we can get you taken care of. Here's how easy it is. Just log in as often as you need to, and we'll get it taken care of for you. So it's professional, and it makes us look good, and it definitely makes the residents happy as well as our owners.
So we look for the win-win-win, meaning it's got to be a benefit to us as a company. It's got to be a benefit to the tenant to kind of add to the desire of our properties or amenities, and it's got to be a benefit to the owner. Or we'll get questions, we won't get buy-in, it will get pushback kind of thing. So we'll start with us as the property manager. There's several things in it for us. First is it takes a little bit off of our plate, actually. If we have a pest issue, our tenants actually call the PestShare hotline themselves. We're not trying to coordinate. We're not trying to take up some of my coordinator's time or making phone calls or getting emails or that kind of stuff. It goes directly to the PestShare hotline, which is awesome. We take one thing off our plate. That alone almost makes the whole program worth it. Obviously, adding PestShare to our resident benefits package is right now setting us apart from other companies. That a lot of people are doing the resident benefits package, but they don't have PestShare in it. So that gives us a lead on people, but we see there's so much value in it that even if it didn't set us apart, there's value there. With it being in their package, we are obviously making some profit off of the resident benefits package. So that's also in it, what's in it for us. As far as reputation, a lot of people associate bugs or pests like with lower quality units. If we're able to have a good pest program or we're able to control pests, I think it helps our company reputation as a kind of fringe benefit. What's in it for the tenants? Well, for us, most pest control are a tenant responsibility, a tenant charge. If they can't take care of it themselves, which we don't advise, but if they can't, then we call in a professional, and that would be on the tenant. Ants, you buy a couch on Facebook Marketplace and you get bed bugs with it. Guess what? That's going to be a tenant charge for us. And if you don't know, bed bugs are not easy to get rid of, or kind of taboo word to even say, and they're expensive. And oftentimes it's more than one treatment, and takes a little bit of time, treatment, a lot of prep. It's not a fun thing. So that kind of gives the tenant peace of mind, protects them to where if they do have a pest issue or make a mistake and get pests in their unit, they're protected there. So there's definitely something in it for them. And when they ask about the resident benefits package, that just the PestShare alone should be like, okay, I can get behind this program. As far as what's in it for the owners, depending on the situation, owners are responsible for bed bugs. If we don't know where they came from or how they got there or how long they've been there, for us, we would do the right thing, and if we don't know for sure it's a tenant caused issue, where it's going to be a owner charge. For us around here, wasps are huge in the summer. They're outside, they're up high, they're on eaves. That we're not going to ask our tenants to take care of because we don't want them on a ladder or spraying chemicals in the air or whatever. So there's often times where the owners are going to be saddled with that pest control bill. And with all that said, even if it is a tenant charge, for most companies, the owner fronts that bill because we want to pay our vendors in a timely manner. The owner is going to pay that bill, and then the tenant's going to reimburse that owner. Well, that puts a delay on the owner's funds. Will the tenant ever pay that? There's a lot of questions with that. So if you take that away, regardless of if it's a tenant or owner, that PestShare eliminates that question, or whose responsibility, or are we going to get paid, and all that. So we look at the win-win-win, and there's definitely a lot in it for the property management. There's definitely a lot in it for the tenant and as well as the owner. So that makes it a no-brainer for us to put in our package, because it is probably our number one add feature that we like to talk about, and that provides the most value for our tenants and owners.
We started with the PestShare quite a while ago, and it's been pretty seamless. I think with any product, you're going to have a few hiccups here and there on both sides, whether it's me paying or billing or something like that. But other than that, there's really no issue at all. It's been pretty seamless. And now that I've stepped away from part of the day-to-day stuff a lot, I don't deal with it on a daily basis, but I do hear my employees, especially my maintenance coordinator, Lisa. She is always just having people go to PestShare.com, and when they do that, then it's kind of out of our hands because they're already paying for it, and it's pretty seamless.
We're extremely happy with PestShare. We've happy to share and talk about implementation and the product with anybody that has questions. We know it's been a really value added to our resident benefit package and sets us apart from our competitors.
The product for us is a win-win-win. Our tenants love it because they are very easily able to go to PestShare.com and submit a work order request. It saves us time in the office because we don't have to implement new work orders, we don't have to follow up on scheduling, and then we don't have to worry about the billing. And then the owners love it because they are getting pest control for their property at no cost to them.
So the value of PestShare for us has honestly been one of my favorite. It's a way to take care of the property again for the owner, to cut down the costs for the tenant, and a way for us to provide a consistent service that gives them peace of mind. When we decided to build our bundled package, we really tried to go back to what products and services can we provide that are going to be a win-win-win for everybody. And the PestShare for us was a no-brainer based on the number of calls or instances we've had with that, and it really has given our tenants peace of mind, and we've had zero kickback or pushback on any of that services. So we know that we've chosen the right products because all of our tenants and clients and everyone's happy.
So implementation is, I do that a lot here and have kind of gone through it. So our first for our resident benefits package is usually at new leases. So anytime we have a new tenants moving in, that's kind of step one or phase one. That's the easiest portion to implement because they don't know, like new tenants don't know the difference. They don't know that there's been a change where you didn't have a benefits package and now you do. So that's where we personally started. And then about after a year of that, we're doing it at lease renewals and getting them on that. So we've just done 2 phases and it's worked pretty well. you got about half of your properties in year 1 and probably about 80-90% of your properties year 2. The only stragglers at this point are any 2-year leases that we've had. It's been super easy. With PestShare, they gave us the communication pamphlets. Anything we ask for, a magnet is what we typically hand out to our tenants. Anytime they sign a new lease, we're giving them a package with a few other things, but that's one in there is the magnet, so they have it, that number to call. So as far as the support on PestShare side, whatever we need as far as implementation or communication is given to us. Even before we were ready to go, we already had everything. So there was no, hey, I'm waiting on X, Y, or Z. The other thing is responsiveness to questions and that kind of thing as we've gone on, or if they see a trend or they see an issue at other properties or at other units or on the exterior that's maybe not something that PestShare should take care of. They still give us a heads up typically, so it's just another set of eyes on our properties even. And then for us, implementation has been as simple as we put it on the resident benefits package and we inform PestShare of, hey, said address is now part of the program as we're transitioning properties in. Once they're all in, then we do really nothing unless we add or subtract properties to our portfolio.
Implementation for us and the resident is very seamless and very easy. We advertise the resident benefits package in all of our advertisements for the properties, so residents or prospective tenants already are aware that this is a service that's going to be provided to them. Implementation part is very easy. The tenants actually don't have to do a thing. We just basically notify them of what they're receiving and where to go if they have a pest control issue.
We really strive to find solutions that benefit our owners and our tenants and our vendors. So it's a win-win-win for us in our company. The better reputation and product we can provide to everybody just makes it easier. We want to be able to provide the services that can make the tenants living enjoyable, but also be able to take care of the property for the owner at the same time.
Primary goal is to have the tenant, I want the tenant to feel like they are getting some value out of this. If the tenant's not getting any value, it's not going to be any good.
Well, the number one response is just because you're not getting a lot of calls, you don't think you have an issue. Typically, your tenants are not reporting it. Especially with bed bugs, again, it's a taboo. People think it's like a cleanliness thing or whatever, and so they'll just live with them or get used to them, or don't. Some cultures don't even know that's not the norm, but they just won't call. And so with bed bugs specifically, they will spread to, if it's a multifamily unit, they will spread to other units. So having that peace of mind for the tenant, and here's a magnet to call this hotline, is going to break down some of those barriers for them to just call. Get PestShare in there before it becomes a whole apartment-wide issue, and just it gives people the willingness more or the incentive to call, and they're calling PestShare directly. They're not calling the PM. So there's a lot of fear, like, oh, if I get a lot of maintenance calls, they're going to raise my rent or they're going to evict me or not renew me, and that's not the case. But they're not calling us anyway, so it may take some of that fear of whatever away from them.
To create a package that set SmartMove aside, showed some points of differences so that we would be a company that people wanted to rent from. For us, it's important to have value-added services for residents so that they can actually have some sort of a benefit. We want it to be a true benefit to their experience with renting from us.
Well, I think for the tenant side, it's not the tenant's home, it's not their unit, it's not their investment property. So a lot of times tenants will go into it with the attitude, I don't care. If we provide them a service, if we provide them with something like PestShare, then they're thinking, okay, great, I could call and I don't have to worry about it because it's already rolled into my rent. For the owners, it's great because it's one less bill that they have to pay. You know, bed bug, with the PestShare, bed bugs are included in this, and bed bugs could range anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000. That's one bill that the owner doesn't have to pay, so it's great for them. As far as a property manager, it's great because we do charge an admin fee and we make a little bit off each one, so it's perfect.
So we originally started out with more basic and quickly found that we needed to make our package a little bit more robust because of the questions and seasonality of things. And for us, like ants, is it an infestation or is it a tenant cleanliness, food issue? There's a lot of gray area and who to charge and what's the right thing to do. So for us, it was just expanding that package to robust, to have all those, to take away almost all factors. For us, our package covers almost everything, and that's the way we want it because we've seen specific pest issues for specific properties since we've been on this robust package, that every single one of them have come up and have been like, okay, that reaffirms why we have the package that we do.
It's been really well. The process, actually, we're going in two phases. We started out with just doing brand new leases because that's a no-brainer. You change your lease, anyone who signs a new one is part of the resident benefit package that includes the PestShare, and that's gone really smooth. And we're now into our phase 2 where we're implementing into all of our leases, even at renewal. And really that's the same system. It's just a little bit more work on my leasing agent side, but definitely worth the benefit in the end for everybody.
So I kind of go down the list, you know, people are coming to us all the time saying, hey, why don't you put this in the resident benefit package, or do this or do that. So I kind of look at it from my point of view. I'm the tenant, would I do this? And if I say yes to it and I see the value out of it, then I do it. Yes, I would recommend it. I wouldn't be doing this video if I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. Absolutely, I recommend it 100%. I think it's a great product. I think that it adds a lot of value. And especially in our climate, we have just different insects, and we do have bed bugs here. So I think for us, it works out great.
For us, it's gone really well. I will be honest and tell you, I don't even know about the calls that are coming in. I know we pay the bill and we collect the benefit package from the tenant, and those who need to call handle it, and it's taken the work off of us and our maintenance department into coordinating that.
I think a lot of people put too much thought into it. It's really simple. This is the easiest way I can explain it. You have rent $1,000, you advertise it for whatever your resident benefit package is. If it's $50, then you advertise rent for $1,050. With that, after they come in, they agree to that, you divide up where the money is going to go to within that resident benefit package. Who's going to get paid, who's not going to get paid, and where the money's going to go. The owner's happy because they agreed to the $1,000. So it's a win-win for everyone.